Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through static websites versus dynamic websites, guys. Okay, so basically you heard these words, right? So some of your friends might be saying I have a static website, and few of your friends might be saying I have a dynamic website. You heard these words. I hope everyone will be hearing these words commonly, but most of them don't know what does that mean. Okay, so in this lecture we'll be going into this and we'll be learning guys what is a static website and why it is called as a static website, and what is a dynamic website and why it is called a dynamic website. I'll be giving you a detailed explanation, don't worry. Okay, so static website, so from the name you can say that it is something static. Okay, and here dynamic, so it is dynamic, it might be changing, it might be doing some kind of operations, right? Okay guys, first I'll be giving you an example like how it is working. After that we'll be going through the theory, then it will be clear for you. Okay, so basically first, anytime you will be using your client system, right? So from your client system you are requesting for a website. Assume that you are trying to open our website, that's educationforfun.com. so okay, you're trying to open it. So once you send a request, the request will be going to our server wherever it is. So it will go there, and once it reaches the server, it will be checking the database for the files, guys, like where are the files, in which directly they are, and what are you requesting. Assume you opened the home page. Okay, so once you open the home page, it will be checking in that, and it will be going into the database, and it will be taking that page, it will be bringing back, and it will be responding to you on the screen. Okay, so in this way a request and response will work, guys. Okay, so now let us go through in terms of static. So static website, you can say that, so assume that you wrote an HTML code. Okay, so you wrote an HTML code and you just stored in your database. Okay, so if I open your website, I'll be getting the same page. If your friend opens your same website, he'll be getting the same page. And even after 100 years or 10 years, if you did not update this HTML page, and if you open it, you'll be getting the same page, right? So there is no update in it, or there is no some kind of modification. Guys, once we are going through the dynamic, you'll be having a clear idea, don't worry. Okay, so the major drawback of this static websites is that, assume that you want the same page for 100 times. Okay, so there is some particular format of your website, like you are uploading some notes or anything. I'm giving my website example only, that will be clear for you. Okay, so in every subject I will be uploading notes and everything, right? So you might, or most of the students might be thinking that for each and every page I'll be creating a separate page, right? But that's not true. I will be creating a single page only, and inside that page I'll be updating as per your request. So here we are not having any static page like in database. Here based on your request. So basically client, once he requests for a website, that the request will be sent. If it will check whether it is static or dynamic. If it is static, it will directly served by the database. If it is a dynamic request, then it will go to the pages that is nothing but PHP, JSP, or any kind of pages which are returned to do the dynamic process. So based on that process, it will be fetching the data. Like if you are searching for web programming notes, you will be automatically getting the files of the web programming, like their addresses, like where they are stored, in which directory they are stored. All those will be stored in the database, and they are collected and they are combined with HTML, and that file will be transferred to you. Okay, so basically you can say that a static website is something which will not update, guys. Whatever you might be requesting, it will be showing you the same. Whereas a dynamic website, it will be updating based on your request. So if you request for DBMS notes, you'll be getting DBMS notes. If you are requesting for software engineering, you'll be getting software engineering, like that. So it depends on your input. So basically, whereas a static website is nothing but it is a list of notes. You need to search for it in the list in that way. Okay, so I'm just giving a small example, guys, so it will be clear for you. Okay, so now let us go through the theoretical part. So static website, pre-built content is the same every time you visit the page. So whenever you are loading, even you refresh, even you give some username or password, however you log in or however you visit, the web page will be the same. There is no change in it. Dynamic content is generated quickly and changes when changes are required. Okay, so here we will be using only basic HTML or any kind of small scripting language or markup language, you can say. Okay, and here, whereas in dynamic it is nothing but server side language are also used, like PHP, servlets, and JSP. Guys, we'll be discussing about servlets and JSP, guys. We'll be discussing this in the next lecture. Okay, so same HTML for every request. It may generate a different HTML for each request. I told you, right? So it will be collecting the data and it will be embedding it with the data. So if you want a small example will be in this way, guys. So assume that inside our database, based on your request, Assume that the requests are written in short form. So assume that there are two subjects only in our website, DBMS and SC. Okay, so for this I'll be writing the subject names here. Okay, so basically the servlet code will be in this way. So inside servlet I am writing only the HTML part, guys. So in HTML, if you visit any website, you'll be getting a title, right? So that title I'm explaining you here. So based on the input request that the user is giving, either SC or DBMS, whatever he clicks on, the request will be going on to the title. So here we'll be having inside title, I'll be writing a plus title in Java, guys. So this is a plus title, this is a variable, right? So this variable value will be depending on the input. So if he clicks DBMS, here it will be database management system. If he clicks SC, that is software engineering. So in this way it will dynamically change. So this is the thing, guys, don't worry, we'll be discussing about these examples also, don't worry. Okay, so flexible T is the main advantage here because it can be used anytime, right? So there will be no issues or nothing. Whereas here, the content management systems are the best examples, guys, and that is the major advantage. Basically, if you are running any kind of websites like educational websites or anything, you cannot create some hundreds or thousands of pages for each and every subject and everything, right? So you need to use the concepts like this, which makes the website with 3 or 5 or maximum of 15 pages. Okay, so I hope everyone got some basic idea about static web pages and dynamic web pages. So in the next lecture, we'll be going through life cycle of Java servlets, guys. Okay, so let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching.